In the opening month of 2025, The Simpsons feels less like a TV show and more like a crystal ball disguised as satire. This isn't just about cartoon antics anymore. It's about jaw-dropping predictions that seem to leap off the screen and into real life. From self-driving cars to eerily precise glimpses of technological revolutions, the show's uncanny foresight has us questioning if its creators somehow cracked the code of time itself. Making us wonder, are they merely observers, or could they be subtly shaping the narrative of tomorrow? The Trump voyage. Let's dive into one of the eeriest examples of The Simpsons' knack for prediction, their take on Donald Trump's political journey. Back in 2015, the mini-episode Trump-tastic Voyage managed to capture the essence of Trump's presidency years before it became reality. In this satirical short, Homer gets roped into becoming a paid supporter at one of Trump's rallies. A not-so-subtle jab at the way public enthusiasm is sometimes manufactured. But this wasn't just about Homer holding signs and cheering. He literally gets pulled into Trump's infamous hair, embarking on a bizarre whirlwind adventure. Inside the golden vortex, Homer stumbles upon campaign signs bearing dates: Trump 2012, Trump 2016, and even Trump 2024 and 2028. At the time, this was played for laughs, poking fun at Trump's relentless presence in the media. Yet fast forward to real life, and the 2016 election saw Trump rise from reality TV star to President of the United States, shocking the world and reshaping the political landscape. His unconventional style, bold rhetoric, and polarizing policies made him a figure of both fascination and controversy. By 2020, Trump's bid for re-election against Joe Biden became a defining moment in U.S. history. Despite losing that race, Trump's claims of election fraud and subsequent legal battles kept him firmly in the spotlight. Now in 2024, Trump has returned to the presidency, fulfilling another eerie detail from The Simpsons' surreal prediction. Fans of the show can't help but wonder, did the writers accidentally tap into a crystal ball? If you're enjoying these intriguing glimpses into The Simpsons' predictive genius, hit that like button and subscribe. You won't want to miss what's next. The high-flying vision of the future. Imagine a world where you can soar above gridlock traffic, cutting hours from your daily commute. This futuristic dream was vividly portrayed in The Simpsons episode Future Drama from 2005. In it, Bart and Lisa glimpse a world where hover cars zip through the skies, and Homer casually cruises in one. While it seemed like pure sci-fi at the time, this vision is edging closer to reality. Though we're not quite there yet, companies like Samsung Sky are making significant strides in turning flying cars into a viable transportation option. Their Switchblade model is a three-wheeled vehicle that transforms into an aircraft, merging road and sky travel like never before. After more than a decade of development, Samsung Sky is finally preparing to bring this innovation to market. Picture this. You drive your car out of the garage, head to a small airstrip, and within minutes, your vehicle unfolds its wings and takes flight. Capable of reaching speeds of 200 mph and altitudes of 13,000 feet, the Switchblade is no longer just a concept. It's set to become a commercial reality by 2026. So, are flying cars really just a sci-fi fantasy? With companies like Samsung Sky pushing the boundaries of technology, the answer is closer to no than ever before. But before we get too ahead of ourselves with dreams of 2025, let's take a step back and explore more of The Simpsons' eerily accurate predictions from the past. The Simpsons Submarine Saga. In The Simpsons Season 17, Episode 10, Homer's Paternity Coot, Homer embarks on an underwater treasure hunt with a man he believes might be his long-lost father, Mason Fairbanks. Their mission? To uncover treasure aboard a sunken ship named Piso Mojado. Armed with excitement and personal submersibles, they dive deep into the unknown. But as always with Homer, chaos is just around the corner. His submersible becomes tangled in coral, oxygen levels drop, and he loses consciousness, waking up 3 days later in a hospital bed. At the time of its airing, this episode was another example of the show's whimsical storytelling. Yet in June 2023, fans were reminded of this episode in a chilling new context. The Ocean Gate submersible tragedy, which claimed the lives of 5 passengers exploring the Titanic wreck, drew eerie parallels to Homer's underwater misadventure. In both cases, the pursuit of discovery turned perilous, shining a spotlight on the unpredictable dangers of deep-sea exploration. The Barbie buzz. In the Simpsons episode Lisa vs. Malibu Stacy, a news anchor hilariously spends 28 minutes covering the release of a new Barbie doll. As the broadcast wraps up, the anchor nonchalantly mentions, "Oh, and the president was arrested for murder. More on that tomorrow night, or you can switch to another channel." At first glance, this scene was a jab at consumerism and the media's tendency to sensationalize trivial stories while downplaying significant events. But fast forward to 2023, and this satirical exaggeration felt oddly prophetic. That year, Donald Trump's legal battles culminated in his arrest on April 4th, coinciding with the massive media buzz surrounding the Barbie movie's release. News outlets were awash with Barbie coverage, from the film's cultural impact to its box office triumphs. Meanwhile, Trump's historic arrest, while significant, often played second fiddle in media cycles. The parallels to The Simpsons were striking, a former president's legal troubles relegated to the background as pop culture dominated the spotlight. This uncanny scenario underscores how media priorities often lean toward the flashy and sensational. The arrest of a former president should have been front-page news, but instead, the world was captivated by pink-themed premieres and celebrity interviews. The Simpsons nailed this cultural phenomenon, illustrating how entertainment frequently overshadows substantive issues in modern media. The future me. In The Simpsons Season 31, Episode 11, Hail to the Teeth, Lisa recalls a cringeworthy encounter where an old man advises her to smile more. At the family dinner table, she shares the story, only for Bart to crack a joke about a puberty app that shows people what they'll look like when they're older. What starts as a lighthearted moment quickly takes on a surprising twist when viewed through the lens of today's tech trends. Fast forward a few years, and apps like FaceApp, Instagram filters, and AI-driven photo tools have made digital aging a viral sensation. What once sounded like a far-fetched joke, an app predicting your adult or elderly appearance, has now become a cultural phenomenon. With just a few taps, you can upload a selfie and watch as wrinkles appear, hair grays, and your future self stares back at you. In hindsight, The Simpsons didn't just predict a trend. They highlighted how technology continues to shape our self-perception. And just like that, they were ahead of the curve once again, showing us the humor and the humanity in seeing our future selves. The hologram hustle. The Simpsons have a knack for turning futuristic gags into uncanny predictions. And one example comes from an episode where Homer and Marge receive a holographic wedding invitation. Sent by Artie Ziff, a former suitor of Marge, the hologram was meant as a comical nod to technological possibilities. But today, that quirky moment feels less like fiction and more like a glimpse of what's coming. Holographic technology is no longer confined to science fiction. These devices have made it possible to project 3D images in astonishing detail. Whether it's showcasing products in stores like Best Buy or creating immersive displays for exhibitions, holograms are gradually weaving their way into everyday life. Imagine what this could mean for the way we connect. Instead of video calls, you could sit across from a holographic version of your friend or relative. Businesses could hold meetings where participants appear as life-size 3D projections, bridging geographical gaps like never before. The entertainment world is already experimenting with this technology. Holographic concerts allow fans to see their favorite artists perform in real time, even if they're miles away. Virtual stages, theatrical performances, and even immersive gaming experiences are being transformed by holography. Big players like Meta and Microsoft are heavily investing in augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR advancements, bringing holograms closer to everyday use. While the technology still needs to become more affordable, it's only a matter of time before holograms move from novelty to necessity. The Simpsons, as always, saw it coming. Simpsons, robots, and the rise of AI. Am I living in The Simpsons? That's the question that comes to mind when reflecting on an episode where Homer's boss unveils a future dominated by robots. In this scenario, the workers of Springfield are given an unusual task: train robots to take over their jobs. Predictably, chaos ensues. Homer somehow manages to keep his position, but not without some hilarious efforts to bond with the machines, proving just how far humans might go to outsmart their robotic replacements. What was once a satirical storyline now feels strikingly relevant. Today, the rise of AI and automation is reshaping industries at an unprecedented pace. Self-checkouts have taken over grocery stores, and virtual assistants like Siri or Alexa handle everything from reminders to witty banter. In essence, we're living in Homer's robotic future, but without the laugh track. Companies like Boston Dynamics are creating robots capable of extraordinary feats, while AI tools from tech giants like Google and Microsoft can generate content, write code, and even diagnose medical conditions. The real question isn't if robots will replace us, it's when and where they'll take over next. Yet humans aren't giving up. Like Homer, people are finding ways to adapt, raising questions about ethics, retraining workers, and redefining what it means to coexist with machines. So what's next for The Simpsons? Will they predict something even crazier? Only time will tell, but you know we'll be watching.